Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for January 2nd, 2019 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is expansion comes when I focus on the lights. And today, at first look, it didn't seem like we had too much astro going on. And then I dove a little bit into the chart and I was like, oh, there's much here, much going on to dig us into this year. I think the number one thing to realize, and although it feels quiet, it's like a very low is not the right word, very chill earthquake. I don't think that's the right word either. It's a mild earthquake going on. Changes that are coming into play. What we need to realize, the moon in Sagittarius is reminding us of the overall message of Jupiter in Sagittarius. Jupiter in Sagittarius, what I keep saying for this year is Jupiter in Sagittarius is what's going to keep us becoming new mountains as the old mountains crumble. As old structural things crumble around us, that's all this energy that's going on in Capricorn, the eclipses, Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn. As those things crumble, we're becoming new mountains by reaching for the light. So the moon in Sagittarius is reminding us of that. The moon will shift at 12:58 a.m. Pacific time. Yes, let me make sure that I have that right. Yes, 12:58 a.m. Pacific time. So nice little shift into Sagittarius, but Sagittarius brings us to the dark of the moon. So we're in like the few days before the new moon. And so that can bring up emotional tides. Whatever emotional tides come up, I would say do not overanalyze them so much as to use your analysis to find what the good and what the lesson is. Find the light in these situations to keep building your mountain as anything does crumble. Now, this is probably going to be more pertinent for cardinal signs or strong cardinal sign people, but it is for everybody. Reach for the light. Reach for the light. Reach for the light. I cannot say it enough. I mean, we are 3 days out, basically, from our first eclipse of the year. So, intensity. That being said, the moon in Sagittarius, its connection is going to be with Mars, but not just Mars. I was looking at the chart. This is one of the juicy things that I saw. So we have Mars reaching 1 degree in Aries today. So here comes that energy surge coming in for us. Now, again, with the Aries energy, again with the Mars energy, you have your choice. With every sign, every planet, there's always a choice. There is the passion and there is the frustration. Chances are, with a fire moon connecting to fiery Mars energy, we may not necessarily have our patience with things today. And yet, hold the patience, hold the perseverance. Oh, this card's so perfect. I was like, should I pull a Threads of Fate card again? And I did. And I pulled the Strength card, which I had just actually pulled for one of my patron peoples. So I'm going to read this to you at the end. But patience and perseverance are going to serve you. The good things are coming. Keep reaching for the light. Keep taking your guided action. Don't step out of bounds. Now, what I like about this is that Mars and the moon are both sextiling Lilith in Aquarius energy. So they're making this beautiful little connection. And this connection to me is saying, hey, you got some creation energy coming through, but this creation energy is based on you being true to yourself. That Lilith energy, Lilith especially in Aquarius, is not afraid to fly her freak flag. Lilith in Aquarius is like, I have rainbow hair and I wear glitter everywhere that I go and I do things according to my soul. We want to realize that as we take these actions. Now, some of the stuff that comes up may be those places where we're still afraid to completely honor that part of ourselves. Be aware of that. You don't have to get aggressive or angry about it, but it's like, what step can you take? Put a pink streak in your hair. That's just an example. But look at where that creativity is wanting to bring you forward in and through this. The other thing, which again could bring up a little bit of frustration and it could show us where we're a little bit stagnant, maybe even in our own beliefs, we have Mercury. Mercury in Sagittarius, 26 degrees. That's that 8 energy, personal responsibility. And it's in conjunct the North Node in Cancer today. So North Node in Cancer is bringing us into our destiny through nurturing. What I would say is we need to really be vigilant about not being harsh on ourselves for where we are at this time. Again, patience, perseverance, strength is needed. You are where you're at because you have lessons from where you are at. Do not be down on yourself, but take those baby steps into where it is that you want to be going. I also wrote on here, be aware of any shadows that come up in and through this with the dark of the moon, this inconjunct energy that keep you from fully experiencing your life as its own personal path. I have these cards, like, don't compare, don't get stuck in the brain thing, but notice where are you still holding yourself back? And just notice. I mean, I have places that I'm still holding myself back. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm a little bit afraid to do it. Like teaching astrology. I want to do it. I really want to do it. But I'm like, can I have the energy? Blah, blah, blah. Yes, it's happening. But we have to take the baby steps into it. This year is a big year for that. Realize that. So let's finish up with the strength card. Because I like it so much. And I have to find where it is again in here. Strength, there it is. I'm getting better at this. Strength. This card indicates a time where you may need to tap into your reserve of strength and resilience. There may be things coming up in your life right now that require your courage and the willingness to be uncomfortable. Our ability to adjust to any transition, loss, or change will depend on our patience in riding out the storm and depend on us reaching into that strength as part of the light that pulls us forward. Sometimes we have to do this without a map. Whatever is coming up for you right now, understand it will pass, and you just need to believe that you can move through it. I'm going to read the stone for this as well. The stone for this is labradorite. Labradorite is a stone that can open up your psychic and intuitive abilities while also strengthening our will and protecting our personal energies. It is helpful when we are working through challenges and need to protect ourselves from getting drained or taking on things that are not ours. It is also a teacher of paradox. When we feel the weakest, it is a reminder that at the opposite end of that spectrum is our power. While it may feel like polar opposites, they exist at the same continuum and you can transit between them. Use labradorite as a teacher of self-preservation and to help you see the strengths in your perceived weakness. And the last thing I want to mention, I'm not going to read the sycamore for here, but allow yourself to simultaneously hold your strength and your vulnerability. That works so well with the North Node in Cancer. Hold your strength and your vulnerability. Nurture that vulnerability, but know your strength, know your perseverance, and hone that patience. So that is it for today. Thank you for joining me. You can book a reading. I'm having all kinds of requests come in for the 2019 reading. So yes, if you have been sitting on the fence for that, this is it. Like, now's the time, and then I'm going to be done with that and offering something else, but I'm not really sure what's next. So now's the time for that. Come join me on Patreon for all of my extras. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There is enough love in the world for you, and you have the power. Namaste.